Don't worry, we are not going to film this whole video with me walking on the treadmill, just the first few minutes. Hey, I'm Pam, welcome to Slow and Steady Studio. And when I am feeling overwhelmed, don't worry, I'm not going to film the whole entire video with me walking on the treadmill, just the first few minutes. So stick with me. I'm Pam, welcome to Slow and Steady Studio. My life has been a little bit crazy lately. I'm not sure when my life is not crazy, but just sometimes are a bit more than others. And sometimes, especially lately, I have to tell myself, okay, slow down, back to the basics. What's the most important things to get done? And for me, I have a morning routine and an evening routine with checklists, and they help me remember what are those things that I really need to be focusing on getting done. You can call them checklists or habit trackers. Whatever they are, they're the things that if I do those, then things are going to run more smoothly. And it gives me direction when I don't know which direction to go. So for my morning checklist, ideally, I will get up at 5 something and I write down the time that I got up. I'm just tracking that. Obviously, I'm going to get up, so I don't need to check that off. But I do want to check like how good I'm doing at getting up earlier. Because if I get up earlier, 5 something, and hop right on the treadmill, it's going to set me on going the right direction. Now, it is not 5 something right now. In fact, it is almost noon. But this morning was a little crazy. I had to get to the dentist and then get my car to the shop. And so I'm here kind of getting caught up on some things. I'm actually waiting on the HVAC repair person to come in a little while. Just when it rains, it pours. But, and I've been struggling with sinus things. And when that flares up, I just feel kind of low level yucky for a few days and been going through that, a cycle of that. So this morning, I actually chose sleep over getting on the treadmill. I don't always have a chance to get back up on the treadmill later if I miss that first thing in the morning opportunity, but today I did, and I wanted to kind of demonstrate my morning routine, or at least parts of it. I'm just feeling really amped up today between all the places I needed to go and just kind of some things that are coming up this week and in the coming months. And sometimes I just need somewhere for that energy to go, and hopping on the treadmill, walking for a while is a great way to kind of spend some of that nervous energy, because when I just have too much of that, I can't focus. So I usually will get up at 5 something, earlier the better, record what time I got up, drink down some water, get on the treadmill, and then I'll pull up the Bible Recap. That's an app that I use. It goes through the Bible in a year. I'll go through that. And then I'll pull up the Daily Audio Bible. That's another app that goes through the Bible in a year. I just really enjoy both of those, and did both of them last year, and I just decided to do them again. So ideally, I will be done with both of those Bible app for the days by the time I get off the treadmill. So I feel like I'm like setting the tone for the day. If I get up early, I'm able to get on the treadmill for a little while and spend some time in God's Word. And then I will head upstairs maybe hop in the shower if I have time before my husband gets up. And we have breakfast together. But if not, then I'll have my shower after breakfast. So I think I'm good on walking for now. I'm gonna turn off the treadmill and I'm gonna meet you upstairs and see what's next on the checklist. Okay, so I'm up in the kitchen now, and actually the dining room at the table, and I have my checklist here. Now, I don't want you to get hung up on what's on this checklist exactly, because what's working for me right now is not necessarily what's going to work for you. What worked for me last month is not the same as what is working for me this month, nor will it be the same as what's working for me next month. So like I did this last month, and then I revised it toward the end of the month and printed out a new checklist for this month with the things that I wanted to focus on. So I did walk on the treadmill. And like, it doesn't matter to me on here whether it's 5 minutes on the treadmill or 35 minutes on the treadmill. I walked on the treadmill. Some is better than nothing. Progress over perfection. All right, so the next thing on the list is the 2 Bible apps. And yes, I have already gotten that done today. Even though I had not walked on the treadmill, I've been able to listen while I was making breakfast, eating breakfast, and taking my shower. So I did get that done. The next thing is like either some kind of strength training, mobility training, flexibility training, stretching, something like that. I did not do that. I'm not going to be doing that right now. I do have that also on my evening checklist, so I have another opportunity in the day to do it. So I'm just going to put an X there. All right, food and water for the cat. You might think, oh, seriously, you have to be reminded to feed your cat. Yeah, actually I do. Most of the time I just remember without this reminder on my checklist. But there have been times where I got out to the driveway and I was like, oh, I didn't feed Junie B. Oh no. So yeah, that way she will not get forgotten. She doesn't usually let me forget her, but also like checking her water. This also like is a reminder for me to check her litter box. Does it need a scoop out? So I have taken care of that for today. So she's good. I also have that on the evening routine, just to do another quick look at the situation. So yeah, that's usually taken care of at dinner time. But if I, for some reason, forgot or we weren't there at dinner time, I want to make sure that I've got her taken care of for the evening, because she'll remind me at like, 4 a.m. that she doesn't have any food. Okay, so the next thing is to check the budget and our high yield savings account. So I do look at it every day. I actually use EveryDollar, Dave Ramsey's budgeting app, and I actually have 2 paid subscriptions to that. One for our personal household budget, and the other one for my business because I am self-employed, and that app just really works for me, and so I look at those every day. Now, there's not always something for me to do, but I at least open it every day, and if there have been some transactions that have come through, then I will make sure that they go to the right categories. Some days I spend a little more time there, with some planning things, or I may need to like kind of move some money around. But for the most part, I just very quickly get on there, and it's way better to keep up with it. Like, it's like a pulse on my finances, that it's easier to just do it every single day than for it to pile up and then it becomes overwhelming and then you're not quite sure what's happening with your money. So I normally do it on my phone, but since I'm filming on my phone, I have my laptop here. So I'm going to just take care of that really quick. Okay, so I have looked at both of my EveryDollar accounts, and each one just had one transaction that I had to assign, so we're good. Another reason, sometimes I forget. I'll be like, wait, what was this transaction from? I mean, it tells me where, but I don't remember what, especially those Amazon things. So then I have to go back into the app. If I keep current with it, it's much, much easier. It doesn't pile up. I normally would use the app to take a peek at my high yield savings account, but since that is also on my phone, I'm just going to skip that for today. I don't anticipate it's going to be any different from yesterday. I haven't made any changes to the account. It's not time for the interest to show up. That's a monthly thing, and it's not time for that yet. So I don't anticipate. I would take a peek at it, just just like a 5-second just thumbprint, and it shows it to me what the balance is. But just not going to worry about that for today. All right, the next thing would be lunch prep. I'm not working outside the home today, and so I don't need to make sure that my lunch is ready. I also have this on the evening checklist, where I will kind of, get the things together for lunch, and then lunch prep in the morning, if I'm going to work, is that I'll make sure that I've got lunch ready if I had forgotten to do it the night before. Or it's also like putting it into my lunchbox. So whatever is entailed in that. I'm not working out today. I am working from home, but I did take a peek in the fridge and decide what I'm going to have. So I already know when I get off this video what I'm going to have. So I'm just going to check that off, because that is a form of prep, is just like the mental thought process, like, okay, what do we have? What am I going to have? Same thing for like the night before, I have dinner prep. So it might just be deciding what we're going to have, because sometimes that's like the huge hurdle. Okay. The next thing is a 5-minute pickup. And that could be for me, this means usually in the kitchen and or living room and or dining room area. I'm actually going to bring you into the kitchen, and we're going to do 5 minutes in there. It needs a little work. So I'll see you back at the kitchen. Okay. Let's see, there it is. Hi. So this tripod is very sturdy, but it doesn't go up very high. So this is a good position though, because when I'm working over here where the mess is, it'll be just right. Okay, so I am going to set the timer on the oven for 5 minutes, and I'm going to work in here. I have positioned you to see most of the mess. And you may think that's not so bad. You're right, it's not. And I think that 5 minutes is going to bring it real close to being good. So I do use Dana K. White's 5-step no mess decluttering method, even when I do these 5-minute pickups. And so I'm going to look for trash, easy stuff, donations, and I'm going to take it there now. I should be able to take care of pretty much everything within that. And so if there's anything that doesn't fall into those, I'm going to skip it. And then if I have time, I'll come back to it. Okay. All right. So that's just the first 3. If we have time and I need to, then I'll get into the others. Okay. So there will be times when I'll go off camera, because I may need to take something there, like right then, if I find something that goes elsewhere. Okay. All right. So I'm going to set the timer, and then I'm going to go to it. Here we go. use distilled water for nasal rinse for my sinuses, and I'm not sure how long I've had these. I stopped doing the nasal rinses, and now I'm going to be starting. I've got a new bottle, so it's better to be safe when you're putting all that in your head. Have you guys seen Dana's new book? It's so cute. Winnie's Pile of Pillows. It's her first children's book. I love it. But it does not go in the kitchen. So I'm gonna take it to where it goes. Okay, time's up. It is very important that if you are doing a 5-minute pickup that you stop after 5 minutes, because you have to learn to trust 5 minutes. That 5 minutes does not mean 10, or 5 minutes does not mean until the job is done. 5 minutes means 5 minutes. So, as you can see, it looks better. Much better, much more functional. All right, let's go back to the checklist. All right, so we did the 5-minute pickup. All right, the next one is to move the air filter. This is probably like not on anybody else's checklist, but I got a this is probably not on anybody else's checklist, but I got an air filter in an effort to help with my sinus issues. And we run it in our bedroom during the day and out in the living room at night, because it is quiet, but it's just more than what I want to hear throughout the night, especially because my husband has a CPAP machine, and so it's running. So yeah. So anyways, in the morning and the evening, I move it back and forth. So I'm actually going to go and take care of that right now. And we're back. The air filter is moved, and the only things left on the checklist are to swish and swipe one bathroom. We have 2.5 baths, and I try to just do a really quick swish and swipe on one bathroom a day. And so that means that each of them get touched once a week. So I'm going to go do that real quick. I've actually gotten behind on that, but that's okay. It's okay. I'm going to do one today. I'll do one tomorrow. It's okay. So, and it's okay if you miss a day, if you have been consistently or fairly consistently hitting them. It's when we don't ever touch them that things get out of control. So I'm going to go do a quick swish and swipe on the bathroom. The only other thing on the list is laundry. So this means I'm going to do something. I'm going to think about the laundry. Do I need to put the laundry in? Does the laundry need to be switched? Does it need to be fluffed? Does it need to be hung? Is there laundry that needs to be brought up from the laundry room to be put away? Generally, the way that I do it is a couple times a week I will do a load. I'm only doing my husband and I's laundry. My kids do their own laundry, and so it's not a lot. So I'll put it in the morning, and then at some point I will, sometimes it's not until later, like if I'm out working the whole day, it only takes a few minutes to put it in, and then later I'll come and I'll switch it to the dryer, or I'll hang it, just kind of depending on what time I have. And then that night I'm going, like, I don't like it to go over from the next day. It's at night I'm going to make sure that it is all hung or folded and put away. So in the morning I'll wash, in the evening I'll dry, hang, and put away. I don't have baskets of clothes sitting around that are clean waiting for the next step. It's just all done in one day, ideally. Occasionally, I'll put one in the night before, and then I'll do, in the morning, I will dry, hang, fold, and put away. So it just kind of depends. Usually it's put it in the morning, do the rest of it in the evening. And I do have this on my evening checklist as well, to think about laundry and do what needs to be done. It's just a reminder, oh yeah, does this need to be done? Is there something in the process that I need to continue with? Okay, so I do have laundry going right now. And so I did throw a load in today, and I am now going to, actually, I'm going to end this video and then I'll take care of the bathroom. I wanted to just encourage you to maybe come up with a checklist. I know this is a lot. This is ridiculous. And like there's things that I do in the morning that aren't on the checklist. You'll notice that I don't have like shower, dress, hair, makeup. I didn't put that on there this month. I did have it on there last month, but I found that like, well, duh, of course I'm going to do that. Now that might need to be on your checklist. Maybe it is good for you to be reminded that, you know what, I should take a shower each morning, just a quick rinse off. I should get dressed. I feel better when I'm put together. I get more accomplished if I'm put together. So your checklist should be what works for you in that time. I don't mean just like that season of your life. I mean like that month. Because this month is different from last month for me, and I'll probably revise it here soon for the next month. But yeah, I didn't put that on there because like I'm going to get that done no matter what. So yeah. So anyways, make the checklist what works for you. I'll probably do another one sometime for the evening checklist. But these are the things that I try to do to start my day right, and kind of set things in motion that are going to set me up better for the evening and just for a successful day in general. But I don't always get all of this done. I will get more done the earlier I get up, and I'm more likely to get up earlier if I have gone to bed at a decent time. And that's actually where things fall apart for me, because I'm naturally a night owl. And like I'll be like nearly ready, but then I'll just like waste a ridiculous amount of time just vegging out on socials. So yeah, that for me is where things fall apart, is that if I got to bed earlier, I could get up earlier and get this stuff more likely, more check marks. And that sets me up for success for the whole day. So it's like walking backwards. Where do we need to go back? I need to get busy on that checklist in the evening and just go to bed, not spend time just vegging out. But it's something I am working on. Everybody has things that they're working on, and I am slowly and steadily working on it. I'm never going to arrive, okay? But I do want to be improving each day. And sometimes improving means just like keeping things running and not falling behind. And knowing what to do when you do fall behind. So when I'm kind of spinning, like, oh, all these things, I'm like so overwhelmed, I don't even know where to start. Go back to the checklist. Have I done the things on the checklist? Have I at least walked through the checklist? Because even if I didn't do most of these things on the checklist, if I at least know that I looked at all of those things on the checklist, and maybe there was like one more thing that I could do in that moment, that's beneficial as well. And I'm not going to beat myself up. If I miss a bunch of stuff here, I'm going to just move on to the evening checklist in the evening. And then the next day, I'll start again. So it is absolutely not perfect. There are lots of X's on here. X's mean that I didn't do it. But there are lots of check marks, and this reminds me of the things that I want to try to get done in the morning. So I hope this has been helpful, and I just thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.